AC have just been Zlatan. Welcome to Major League Soccer. Take a bow. Sensational. Did you think he was going to live up to the billing? Of course he did. Out of this world. Every superlative you want. What a way to announce yourself to Major League Soccer.
And you're back with us on Sons of Pictures.
Oh, you alright?
We're back from the international break. As you can see, it's quite quiet because Henry is not here. Apparently, he's shooting lah.
Good for him lah. I mean, he's got a job now and all that shit, blah blah blah, etc. etc.
Everybody got a job except you right now.
Hey, fair enough.
A lot has happened while we were away, not just in the European leagues but also in the international break as well.
Fucking hell, man.
A lot of trashings. We saw B teams in action as well.
Pretty much.
In the Serie A, replacement matches took place and then regular fixtures happened over the weekend. In the Bundesliga, we'll talk about it later.
Rip.
In Spain, Sevilla held Barca to a 2-2 draw, but we're not going to talk about that because there's nothing much happening in Spain. But in the Premier League, the relegation battles are heating up. So that being said, we'll dedicate time to those competitions before moving on to CK's favourite talk set of today, Champions League. Without further ado, let's start off with Juventus versus AC Milan 3-1.
Huge win, I have to agree. This is how they gain the advantage from Napoli right now. Again, we're seeing Serie A being so good right now because of the top two battle. And well, a win is a win right now, and all 3 points are well deserved for Juventus.
Now, for the sake of context, this was a huge fucking win for Juventus because at that point of the game, they badly needed the 3 points to extend their lead on top of the table. Napoli were held to a 1-1 draw against Sassuolo. That gave them 3 points, so now they are up 78 points and Napoli is at 74 in second place.
Wow.
That could be a major decider as to who's going to win the Serie A this season.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is the fixture that actually clinched the title for Juventus.
Yeah, it could be the kingmaker in this case. Paulo Dybala, what a goal.
I mean, I don't know.
He can perform in the league, but
Exactly.
why not in
After watching
in
the
Argentina.
Madrid game, after watching the Juventus Madrid game, this I don't know, it's so disheartening.
Who was the guy who said that he has a similar playing style like Messi?
Who?
That's why he's not going to get his national call up. I think it was their coach or something. Their head coach.
Sorry. I think I brought that up, that Dybala will never be called up.
No. Someone actually said it in a press conference that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Someone said
the
it.
Argentine
I think it was the head coach, if not mistaken.
Yeah, but I have to agree because Dybala is.
Messi doesn't score goals like that.
I mean, perhaps that's one thing Dybala has with Messi though, because Dybala has a little bit more of a, how do you say?
I have criticisms for Dybala later,
Yeah.
but moving on to Bonucci, who prior to joining Milan was a Juventus player, levelled for the team. Unfortunately, couldn't hold on the defense for his new employers.
Few employees. Well, sad thing to say, AC Milan wanted the 3 points as well because they want to actually go to the Champions League, being in the top 4 of Serie A. So we'll be
I don't
sent
think
in.
it's possible for them.
Yeah, now it's not possible, right? But they badly wanted the 3 points as well.
They've got nothing to fight for already.
Right now,
Yeah.
they have nothing at all.
This was
But
their only
this-
bragging right if they won lah.
Had they won lah.
But they won also, but also like they would have fight with Lazio and also Inter Milan in regards for the 4th place in Serie A.
Yeah, but I don't know if the Serie A's 4th place gives them the qualifier though.
Don't
I was pretty surprised he celebrated. Like, I thought it was a thing for former players to not celebrate the first time you go back and play.
I think that's just in England lah.
Like, I mean, I don't know lah. I mean, technically RVP didn't celebrate when he scored first against Arsenal first time. It was only the second time that he did. The second
I'm
return.
not talking about that. I'm still salty. I'm not talking about
Imagine if Chamberlain scored that kind of goal against Arsenal.
that. Oh, fuck.
Whole Emirates will
Talk more about that later. Bonucci's response pretty much explains why he left the club, I guess. He was quoted as saying that he did that because of the fans' reception at home. So
I mean, Bonucci wasn't really, he wasn't really warmed up to the fans in Juventus. They weren't really as nice to him as the Milan
he's
fans.
been a very long player in Juventus already.
Yeah, but like, even though you've played that for long, doesn't mean the fans are gonna like you.
Okay.
I mean, there are many players that are like that.
really,
Yeah, Xhaka, for example, isn't really a favourite for Arsenal. I mean, yeah, Xhaka's fairly new, but even till today, Xhaka's not really that favourite among many Arsenal fans still.
Skirtle was hit on a lot of times by Henry.
There you go.
I personally feel it was a pretty even game. Milan actually held on for quite a while. If you look at the chances they created, they had the winning edge. But you know, when you get tired at the back, and I think what draws the difference here is Juventus' defensive prowess compared to AC Milan.
Don't you think?
Because Gattuso is still in the process of reorganizing his team.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
they're not there yet lah. They're not there yet.
Yeah, but there's also the fact that we've said it before, like in a few podcasts ago, that Milan doesn't really perform after that 60th minute. Milan is also another team that suffers from that, because right now, another thing that I feel like another thing that Milan suffers from is the fact that it doesn't look like their players are actually that, fully fit, despite not having that many fixtures, which is surprising to me too at the same time. Because I do feel like the players become very, they're a little bit lethargic after the 60th minute. They become very unfocused after the 60th minute, and they make very, very bad mistakes that lead up to advantages to the opposing team.
So what you're saying that is the AC Milan actually needs to look into their fitness regime for the whole team?
It's not just the fitness regime, but perhaps find a playing style that could, because okay, I agree with you, Milan had the winning edge throughout the first half and a little bit of the second half, okay, because their whole game was very strong. And
basically 90% of the second half, it was only after they conceded that goal when Cuadrado scored. That was the breaking point for them. Like they just lost focus after that lah. It's
Pretty much.
sucker punch. It's a sucker punch, as Henry would have
so
said it.
if you think about it, Milan is still a team that really needs to fortify themselves both physically and also mentally.
Well, if they
okay.
really want to challenge for Champions League, then yeah, they have to look into
It's okay,
it.
a contract extension is coming for Gattuso. Moving on to
I would love to actually see that though. I mean,
moving on to our next talk set, a fixture that just happened. I think this morning at the point of recording. The Milan derby, which was supposed to happen, I think
When
a week before, but they postponed it because of David Astori. So CK, yeah.
This was very disappointing because
Why?
I was watching the highlights and everything, and I actually didn't manage to catch the second half of it.
Oh really?
Right, because I needed to watch Liverpool's match in the morning. So this match was just like it was just there
It's
for
like,
me
why
to watch
not?
as well. Why not just watch? Right. So as expected of this derby, a lot of history has gone through with these two teams, right? But to end it in a 0-0 fashion,
How many goal scoring chances though?
there were quite a few. So there were actually 2 offside goals for both sides actually, but they were both ruled out. One was by the VAR, one was by the linesman.
Was it end to end?
Sorry?
Was it end to end?
No, it wasn't the same period lah. So one was.
I'm
during
assuming
the first
Inter Milan sat back and cushion again.
No. Actually, Inter Milan was the one that pressuring the game.
Attacked more.
Yeah, they attacked more with Perisic and also Icardi. Icardi being the highlight of the match actually, missing 2 open goal chances.
Fucking hell! So Icardi did a Benteke.
So Henry, if you're wondering why he doesn't get his national call up, here's why.
Exactly. So he actually questioned why Icardi is not in the Argentine squad. This is probably why the answer is. He might score a hat-trick last week, but
that's a problem for Inter, because aside from Icardi, who else can guarantee the goals for them?
Perisic, I guess. So.
Who else?
I don't know. I don't see him being the person to guarantee the goals yet right now. He's not even as inconsistent as Icardi is. When he shines, he shines. But Perisic just isn't there yet for me. I don't feel like he is as skillful as Icardi is.
Yeah, his player rating on FIFA is probably like 82 or something.
Okay.
I'm more surprised you know his rating. I don't even remember that rating.
So with that,
metaphor.
yeah, with that draw, Inter Milan actually maintained an 8-point lead against AC Milan. So AC Milan is stuck at 6 with Lazio in between the Milan teams, and Inter Milan.
Lazio will probably get Europa League football again next
But
season.
AC Milan, I don't think they will
Most
get it
probably,
unless they
yeah.
really push for it this season. I mean, there's still 8 games to play in Serie A,
Yeah,
but still.
How much can change in 8 games?
You know who
Actually,
Inter
a lot
should
can
buy
change.
with their current financial circumstance? They should just fucking raid Immobile from Lazio.
No, that's actually pretty smart though.
You know,
Immobile is
you get a second striker, add depth to the squad. Like, I mean, you can't possibly attract anyone else to go and play for you anymore.
No top class striker definitely, but Immobile, I would actually say Immobile is very close to if you're putting
A Jamie
people
Vardy
like,
for Italy.
yeah,
in a sense.
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Moving on.
You'd be
Moving on
surprised.
to Bundesliga, the Klassiker. As Izham quoted on our
classy
Sons of Bitches
break.
Twitter account, this scoreline looks like a good April Fool's Day joke.
Yo, legit, man. Like, I don't know. I was.
What were you expecting, Izham? Okay, I was expecting a 3-0 loss, not 6-0.
Yeah, I mean, okay, not even at least one goal for Dortmund. If Dortmund, the fuck.
But
is
it's the
happening,
interval
man?
of the goals, of how quickly everything happened. Like,
Dude, 5-0 in the first half. What the fuck?
it's akin to, like, you know how Malaysia destroyed Bhutan 7-0?
Okay.
Like when you keep scoring against your opponents, you can't possibly reorganize yourself back and say, okay, we're gonna stop conceding goals right now. You can't, especially against a young team like Dortmund.
Okay, reorganizing.
You just don't have that experience and
No.
mental tenacity or maturity, I would say, to a certain extent.
Okay, reorganizing is one thing, but I think this is also the fact that this is the most classical way you can look at Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich is a team that you give them a good momentum like that, and they'll keep on scoring like
Yeah,
that. Okay, it's shit.
And they didn't hold back. I think this was their strongest possible lineup.
Yeah, and I don't get it, man. What are they fighting
fucking
for?
Muller, Martinez, all in, man. He's
What are
like,
they fighting
I'm putting
for?
in on my card.
Yeah, I don't get it. What are they fighting for? Is it
Showing
because
off my balls.
No, okay. In my head, if you're gonna justify this lineup because of the fact that they were coming back from an international break, just so that they have game time to play against,
probably
then
so.
maybe that's why. But
Shut up, like if you had a chance, if Spurs had to field their B team because of injuries, Arsenal would put out a fucking strong lineup just to win it.
dude, this Der Klassiker only started in like what?
Yeah, but
It's
I
not
think-
even that long. I
I
don't
think
get
Dortmund
it.
was just starstruck because Usain Bolt went for the trial with Dortmund, so probably they're still starstruck about that. What do you think? Usain Bolt playing for Dortmund.
Sorry, what are you saying?
Usain Bolt playing for Dortmund.
Do you see what I just do there? What are you saying?
You fucker.
Being
No,
a United fan, the moment.
I would akin it to Johan played football with us on Monday.
Hey, shut up.
You remember watching Solihin play?
I never seen him play before.
The guy without the.
Why are you telling? You can't put that into the podcast. The listeners don't know. They weren't there to watch.
It's okay, I'm telling them now. Solihim is a sprinter, a 100-meter sprinter who won the
The SEA Games para athlete.
Paralympics. So basically, when the guy plays football, no one can catch up with him. So,
But no,
the thing
it's not a matter of catching up. It's the fact that Dortmund, they left so much space. Do you see that was schoolboy defending from Dortmund?
Yeah.
Like, it was one tap after another.
Once
And,
Bayern breakthrough.
and those 6 goals were not amazing goals.
yeah,
it was
Come
just
on.
tap-in goals.
They were just like tap, tap, tap. I
clinical
mean,
finishes.
so I don't know. To me, Dortmund needs to answer the question of what is Dortmund. They've lost that since the departure of Tuchel and
Yeah,
Klopp.
pretty much.
Tuchel. Okay, I was just
No,
expecting
not the
somebody else.
departure of Klopp. They were still playing pretty decent under Tuchel. It's
Yeah,
just they weren't as
they're
consistent.
a bit like Southampton right now. You know, taking for granted the players
West Ham,
and your management staff.
Pretty sure it's
Then
West Ham.
when they leave one by one, you don't find proper replacements. This is what happens lah.
Yeah, I think it's more Southampton than West Ham. West Ham is just, going through shit.
3-0, not bad.
Still better than this, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's another reason why I didn't watch this game. I didn't want to, have flashbacks of Arsenal losing.
Against Bayern Munich.
It was last year around this time.
Champions League quarterfinals.
But yeah,
Every goal Dortmund concedes is a bullet into an Arsenal fan's heart.
Oh, you fucker.
Royce was missing from the game once again because of his injury. Does he even matter anymore
No,
at this
I
point?
don't think Royce
Just
matters much
retire,
anymore.
dude.
Should you just retire?
Just be a supermodel.
Oh, you know what? You
Probably
know
can
what,
work it
you
that
know what
way.
might happen? Royce might just get picked up by any
China team?
No, China team maybe, or also a B-list
Oh,
EPL
LA
team.
Galaxy.
He might go to Stoke.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
What's
Stoke?
wrong with Stoke?
Yeah. He might go to
Stoke.
Stoke. And then he and Shaqiri will stay together. Even Ronaldinho can't save this team anymore.
Yeah, but then again, fucker. Dude, I don't see Shaqiri staying in Stoke if Stoke gets relegated, man.
We move on to the Premier League. Chelsea versus Tottenham Hotspurs. 1-3 defeat for the Blues at Stamford Bridge.
Guys, I want to say this.
I don't think it's Dele. I don't think it's Tottenham Hotspurs versus Chelsea. I think it's Dele Ali versus
versus-
Chelsea.
I think it's also
That fella
Son.
single-handedly handed them their.
Yo, before we get into the game, I just want to say I actually cursed this game. Okay, this was the night where Malaysian won the 7-0 win against Bhutan,
Yeah.
and then it was Arsenal winning 3-0.
Right.
Okay.
By the way, it was a shit game.
Yeah,
the,
I know.
The Arsenal
We'll
Stoke
talk
game
about it
was
after
shit.
this. We'll talk about it after this, okay? So after the two of that, I literally tweeted out, okay, you know what? Because Chelsea scored first.
Yeah.
And then I tweeted out, oh, if Spurs actually loses this game, my night is complete. The trifecta would be completed.
And right that moment,
At that moment,
the
Spurs
hashtag
scored
Sons
the
of
first
Bitches
game.
jinx happened.
At that moment, Spurs actually scored the first game. I kid you not.
You were. In
I
my So just
swear.
support our Spurs, way.
I swear, I didn't mean to do that.
You stop expecting it already. You're a part of the team already. You've been here for a year. Don't expect anything. Don't expect any
just join
scores.
Spurs.
Don't
Just
predict
join Spurs.
anything.
Just
Don't
join
try to
Spurs.
call any results.
Hey, shut up, okay?
Last time you
would-
tried to call a result, you lost 10-0 to Bayern Munich. in
I would
2
say
weeks.
that this game literally just shows how Chelsea is just in shambles right now. Sure, they might still be in fourth place, third place.
Who?
Chelsea.
Chelsea is not even in the top 4, dude.
Dude, they're not even in the run. They're in the running to get Europa League football, dude.
Oh, they're in fifth. Right.
Yeah, they're
right.
fifth.
They're in front of Arsenal by a good
City,
margin.
United,
too.
Liverpool, Spurs.
No, I think top 6 is already top
And then
5.
there's Arsenal.
Top 5 is cemented right now. Sorry, my bad. Top 5 is cemented. Arsenal still has to fight Burnley for 6th place.
Technically, Liverpool is first because we beat the champions.
Yeah, let's get down with it. Let's get down with
Stop
it.
being delirious.
Spurs won this without Harry Kane. That's a big talking point.
Yeah, dude, Son was playing up front as striker. Fuck,
Yeah.
man. I mean,
No,
You know,
Son
when
didn't play,
when
Son played.
Son played as a striker.
Son played as striker.
He's a striker,
I know, I
dude.
was watching the game.
Okay.
Were you secretly watching the game or kissing it? That's why.
Okay,
When
here's-
people say that Spurs are at the end of their cycle, I disagree. This performance is a testament as to why I disagree.
Okay.
Okay, to what way do you think saying that how they're gonna end this?
Because Pochettino has built his squad to the extent that he doesn't have to rely on Harry Kane alone to win an important fixture like this. He has that. He still had Wanyama and Lucas Moura sitting on the bench. Didn't even use them.
Okay, so my view on Spurs, why it's gonna break this is end of their cycle, is most likely they're gonna not players are gonna leave the club. That's one thing. Right? They are not winning cups.
Correct.
They are not right now they are in top 4, but how long are they gonna stay up at top 4 only?
Exactly.
But-
Even when they get into the Champions League, they don't
They get-
really do much there.
They challenge for
They become a typical North London club in the
Yeah,
Champions League. They
but
go to
still-
the quarterfinals at most and then lose.
they want to be in a club that wins. There's the players' mentality.
But I'd say they're a more attractive club to play at right now compared to Arsenal.
Obviously not us. I'm
So
saying Spurs. End
your
of the
problem
cycle.
is basically solved. You're saying that players will leave, but at the same time they can attract players to replace them.
Definitely,
No,
but
okay, sure. Being a more attractive club, yes, I agree to a certain extent. You are definitely getting Champions League next season. You are currently a decently strong team in the Premier League right now. Decently strong. They are nowhere close to the firepower that Liverpool has. They are nowhere close to the depth that City has.
Nah. I don't think so.
No, Spurs actually had the depth, but it's just
They do, but it's nowhere close to where City is. It's
Obviously
nowhere
not.
close as strong as the firepower Liverpool has on a fucking on a fucking roll like they have right now. And even United can still.
They
beat
can
Spurs
potentially
right now.
overcome Liverpool.
Yeah.
Potentially, yes,
Yes.
but they're not there yet.
They are.
They are there.
They are.
I've been saying this quite some time for
They are.
Spurs already, saying that they are more
I would rank
Liverpool.
them level as United after City.
Also, your United is up there.
I don't know. I just don't think that Spurs are going to end up the same. Like they will be able to pay their players.
Hopefully, that's what we feel. They
Because if
should.
not, they wouldn't be building a new stadium.
That's what we feel they should actually.
I mean, like, the thing is, after building a new stadium, money is always tight. So we'll see what's gonna happen. We'll see what's gonna happen. If they don't handle it properly, they're gonna turn into Arsenal.
But for the likes of Chelsea, though, what's happening to them?
I'm surprised he said Arsenal, not West Ham.
No, I'm not wrong. Because look at how Arsenal has performed after going into the Emirates. That's it.
No, Chelsea.
Come on, they stabilized for a couple of years.
Yeah, but it took them how many years to actually win a cup?
Do we just went from Chelsea to Arsenal?
Well, I mean, that is the next talk set.
Has Conte given up?
I mean, for the caliber of a Chelsea team, if you go against like Spurs or even City itself, they are supposedly to put up a challenge too, and you're expecting these teams to actually like at least a draw or probably a very tight margin game instead of getting trashed 3-1 like this.
Yeah, but again, like, it's not like they have anything to fight for in the Premier League.
I
lah.
mean, Chelsea used to have a
FA
very strong defense line. from
Stroke
my-
defense. When you have Rudiger, you
Yeah,
you know what they
until
did. You know
then.
you know who they dearly miss? A John Terry or a Gary Cahill.
Pretty much, yeah. But then, the only thing they have to fight for right now is the FA Cup. If this continues on, if this style of gameplay continues on, then I don't think winning the FA Cup is actually doable.
Well, it's a consolation prize. We all need a little consolation prize.
Yeah,
And
and
you'll see Conte get sacked lah.
Well, it's going to be more problems for Chelsea because they'll never settle down there. Arsenal versus Stoke City. 3-0 win for Arsenal. But the
Scoreline.
goals only came in beyond the
Beyond the
78 minute mark.
Just-
something like that.
80th minute onwards, basically.
Yeah, basically the last
Scoreline
10
doesn't
minutes.
justify the game itself. Arsenal played a horrible first half.
What a horrible,
We only had one
horrible performance.
We
from
only had
Arsenal.
one shot on target in the first half, and there were only like 4 shots in total. No, was it 2 shots? Basically, we didn't have that many shots in the first half itself. We couldn't play around Stoke City's backline, and we were just shit in the first half. Everyone was everywhere.
You know what I find
Still.
ironic? The fact that they can play this poor against Stoke, but in the Europa League, right, they will suddenly try to fire in like goals and stuff. Shows how much respect they have for relegation battling teams.
Actually, I didn't see it from that point of view. I'm not even joking. To be fair, if I were put into any other team's position, going up against a team that's going into relegation would, make me underestimate them too.
For Arsenal, I feel European games are to dream of instead of like in the Premier League right now. They are in 6th place.
Yeah, it could be a dream, it could be a nightmare.
It could be a dream, it could be a nightmare.
Yeah,
but
Arsenal's in
that
6th
is
place
what
right now.
Wenger really wants to win.
Yeah.
Something of the European caliber, Europa Cup or even
Yeah,
Champions
even
League
if
itself.
Arsenal gets knocked back down to 7 or even 8, if we win the Europa Cup, we've got the
Still
UCL.
Champions League. They have to win the Europa League. They have
So
to
they
win
have
it.
to. So make it or break it. I mean, like for Arsene Wenger, he really wants this compared to the current place in the Premier League itself.
Which I would think makes sense. It definitely does make sense. And it would be a good swan song for Arsene Wenger too.
Lacazette and Alba though, are they the ideal combination?
Honestly, right now, I really do like watching the two of them play together. They are actually very, very good up front because Alba is the one making space and Lacazette can make really good runs. So Alba becomes that playmaker slash goal scorer kind of
So
guy.
the problem still lies at the back, if that's the case.
It's not just the back. I would also say it's a little bit in how Wenger wants to play the defensive line in the midfield. Okay, because Arsenal has this problem in the midfield where whenever we play, okay, not just whenever we play them lah, but like Wilshere and Ramsey. Sure, Ramsey is the kind of guy who will fall back down, but he won't do that all the time. Okay, players like Ramsey will also want to attack, and it's still glaring how obvious that midfield is so bad sometimes. Like the hole in that gap in the center midfield. But I actually have to give props to El Neni in this game. Without El Neni, I think Stoke could have scored easily 1 or 2 goals. He made a lot of good stops. Okay, but then I also felt like Arsenal got really lucky with the first penalty too.
Unlucky for Stoke lah.
It's unlucky for Stoke because with that first penalty, Arsenal literally just got that second win to
They are going down lah. They're definitely going down in this though. along with West Brom. Moving on to Champions League talk set. Juventus.
Okay.
Juventus versus Real Madrid 0-3. A
GG.
lot of hype going into the game.
Man.
We thought Juventus could really pull off a revenge, and then this happened.
GG. There's no way.
Paulo Dybala.
There's no way back for Juventus. There is no way you can score 4-0, 4 goals at the Bernabeu.
PSG
It's
happened.
really hard, but
PSG Barca happened.
PSG Barca happened, so anything can still happen.
It can always happen.
But
UEFA can always decide
if you
who they
compare
want to
this
side.
scoreline and Liverpool's one, which is same, how do you feel?
I would feel differently because thing is Liverpool won at home and going to City they're going in with the advantage. Juventus on the other hand, they lost at home and they're going to the Bernabeu with a disadvantage.
Didn't PSG win the first leg 4-0 away?
No.
Home first
Yeah,
ah?
Home
PSG
first.
played
Home
home
victory
first.
first ah?
Home first.
Plus, playing away at the Bernabeu with this kind of disadvantage. Yeah, it's mentally draining, and this is a Juventus team that does not have mental fortification. They are very, very easily to break right now.
I can see Buffon crying actually. Right?
I'm not surprised. Plus, Dybala won't be there.
Yeah, he's red carded.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. So that's why I can for sure say Real Madrid is going
So
past.
disappointing, right?
It is disappointing because we all came in and we expected this game to
Because
be
who
a
else?
highlight.
Who else? Okay, speaking about this season wise lah, who else if not City and Juventus? Aside from the teams playing from Spain, Liverpool.
Honestly, I did see Liverpool going far, but probably losing at the semi-finals.
Okay,
what I'm saying.
honestly speaking, I didn't expect this morning's win. I didn't expect it at all.
You thought that City's...
No, I thought they were walking away with a 1-0 win.
Huh.
At least, a draw or a 1-0 win would make sense.
we
But
just
3
went
goals is a bit...
Yeah, but I dare say that Liverpool's attack is one of the
We'll
most...
talk more about that later, but
Yeah.
coming back to the
okay.
game.
Sorry.
Juventus.
Why are we talking about
Segue.
Liverpool right now? Sorry.
Coming
Okay,
back to Juventus,
Back
how
to
did
Juventus.
they play?
So basically, there were injuries and suspensions going in. So Massimiliano Allegri had to make a lot of changes. He played a 4-4-2 with Rodrigo Bentancur, who is a super young player. No, not that much European, play time. And he fielded a 4-4-2 with him partnering with Sami Khedira of all people. Sami Khedira, sure, he has experience, but there's no...
By the way, Khedira has been poor even before the Milan game.
Exactly. And I don't feel like Khedira was the best person to, teach the young kid. And then you had like Asamoah and Sandro out on the left. It's...
That's why you can see why like Juventus wants to poach Liverpool's player Chan into replacing the the holding midfield.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
Chan would fit perfectly in that position.
Chan would fit perfectly at the same time as Chan is holding touch with Juventus.
Yeah. He's supposed to make a move to
He's
January.
supposed to make a move already, but at the moment he's still in the midst of deciding.
All he wants to do right now is just win the Champions League with Liverpool and then go to Juventus.
Then only move on to Juventus, which could be pretty smart.
Yeah,
but also very naive at the same time.
Yep.
Naive, but then right now, who has a higher chance of winning the Champions League?
Real Madrid.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
True.
Talking about Madrid, Madrid surge in form from the break of the year. Fucking hell,
That
man.
fucking bicycle kick from Ronaldo, man.
I know.
I think that was the one that breaks
That-
away from
That
the game itself.
dude, that goal just broke everyone. Okay, that goal was the nail on Juve's
How
coffin
could you
this
have
season.
stopped Ronaldo from scoring that goal?
Kick his balls.
Like, even if he was stopped, it would have turned into a penalty.
Yeah, pretty much. There was nothing you could do. But I like how Zlatan just, came out and said, "Oh, try scoring that from 40 yards." King Chiba Zlatan.
Hey, you don't talk about Zlatan. Zlatan talks about you.
Fuck, this isn't Russia, you dumbass.
Liverpool versus Manchester City. 3-0 win for...
Yo, wait, before that.
I feel the orgasm.
I like how this talk set is labeled as 5 minutes, but we literally just have one line from CK here.
If you're gonna come closer to the mic, because if not, I can't hear you.
Oh fuck, okay. So, in this game,
Yo,
which
wait.
I watched...
Sorry, one more thing. I'm so thankful Henry isn't here right now. It would have been a wank fest between the two of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
But like-
continue.
Yeah, right. So, with this game, I never expected...
They'll be giving hand jobs to each other.
I never expected a clean sheet, the least against City. Even
Who's
though...
playing Minoria or Karius?
Carriers.
Karius. Wow.
Yeah, I actually never expected the clean sheet either.
Well-
I thought City would have scored at least one.
Yeah, exactly. So when coming into this match, Matip was injured. The only centre
But you have
back that
big-
we
big-
have.
Wait.
But you have Big Dyke.
Yeah, Vida is still there. But what I'm saying is
The
the
only
only other player that's not injured as a centre back is Lovren.
Wait,
Lovren played damn well. Lovren played damn well in this game.
Lovren
What
played-
the fuck?
Yeah, he played damn well in this game.
Like I said,
Wow.
Lovren in
The fucker crucial headers and clearances, you know.
The fuck?
Lovren in European games, he looks like a fucking
What the
different player.
fuck, man?
In Premier League,
I was
he looks like a
watching.
fucking shit
That's why
show.
I was watching the highlights and I was like, "What the fuck, Lovren? Is this Lovren?"
It's not Lovren. I mean, Lovren on drugs, man. He should be tested.
You should test all the Liverpool players. You've been asking that for ages now.
Maybe you should test Salah.
But Lovren and also the backline itself, surprisingly, they can actually park the bus against City. I've never seen Liverpool park the bus so.
They didn't really park the.
Freaky.
Okay, they parked the bus and played very good counters, which is rare for a Liverpool team under Klopp.
Yeah,
the
but
whole second half, that was a fucking torturing whole 45 minutes.
But I just
for me,
get the feeling that City never really got a hold of themselves.
yeah,
throughout the entire
I just
game.
felt like City was.
They were just trying to play, adjusting to the probably the atmosphere at Anfield as well was one
Yeah,
thing, right?
the
The
atmosphere
pressure
is
and
part
the
of it.
stress, right? Yeah.
It's a European night.
It's a
And
European
Anfield.
Yeah, it's a European night at Anfield, and the European night at Anfield is equivalent to a night in Stoke on a Tuesday night.
I mean, not that caliber,
Not
but
that
probably
bad lah,
stronger
yeah.
than that.
But
lah,
you get the point lah.
You feel the pressure when it goes to, it comes to Champions League
Yeah.
matches with
Yeah.
Liverpool.
But that is
right?
something that Old Trafford used to have, but not anymore.
Okay.
No, I think at the end of the day, we can just say that City literally choked. They wasted
I
a
wouldn't
lot
say
of.
they choked. I mean, they played really well in terms of defense. It's just that Liverpool to find that loophole. in
Counter,
between
the very good counters.
No, I did feel like
Chamberlain, man.
you saw that goal.
I really think Arsenal, like Wenger, insisted on playing Chamberlain out of position deliberately. Chamberlain was always used as a winger back in Arsenal, right? He plays the role of a number 10 perfectly well. He blends in so well with Henderson. Henderson can play DM, he can play CAM.
Well, I mean, that's the reason
What's
why
your response,
we had to
Izham?
sell him off. There really is no place for him on the team anymore.
Because Wenger's mentality is always building a team around Wilshere or Ramsey in the middle.
Okay, guys, we're talking about Liverpool right now. Let's not talk about Arsenal.
But with
Let's get back to talking about Liverpool, you fuckers.
With Ox being in the picture, he couldn't play that role.
In a picture, Ox being in a picture.
What the picture?
But in Liverpool itself, because we already have the front three, we have the two wings, Salah being on the right, Mane on the left, with Firmino up front. Where does Ox fit in? Ox actually came in and replaced Coutinho's
Fits
role.
in right into that mold.
Good for him.
Just nice.
Good for him.
I never really expected Ox to ever
fucking goal, man.
like, to
That fucking
even
goal was
score,
really out of this world.
or even fit in so fast to the Liverpool system.
Good for him.
Right? Because to fill in Coutinho's boot,
Okay, you have 3 more seconds to rub it into Izham's face.
it's really fucking hard to actually fit into the boots. But
Good for him.
for the player,
Your 3 seconds are done, okay. Your 3 seconds are
I
done.
like how it started off with Ox's career when in Liverpool, right? He actually, when you know, the
Okay, enough.
No,
We get
no.
the point. No, we get the
Remember
point.
the show
my
that
my
he
second
had?
question is, if say City really fall out at this stage of the competition, can Liverpool overcome their next opponent? Possibly Madrid.
Joe,
Right?
the next opponents that Liverpool might get is either Real, Barca, or Bayern.
So right now we have 2 injury scares in that game. Salah came out after halftime
Yeah.
at the 50th.
And you pray to
minute.
God you all don't get Madrid.
We prayed.
Because
Hey,
if you
really
if
hard.
you
Sikit,
get
sikit.
if you get Madrid, Salah is going to Madrid next season.
CK, just convert.
Convert what?
Time to convert. Salah Muslim.
If you say convert to Egyptian, then probably a Muslim. Nothing points again.
Moving on to our final talk set, international content for a bit of a banter for Harimau Malaya right here.
7-0.
Hey, come on, 7-0 Bhutan. Something to celebrate about. And you know what I'm particularly happy about that win? We didn't use JDT players.
Fair, but I don't know. I mean, I want to be happy about the thing, but it's just Bhutan.
Yeah, I know, but
It's nice to finally see the Malaysian national team win after what, 2 years now?
I tell you, if you backtrack this to Dola Saleh's time, right, the win could have been 2-0 only, or 3-0 for all you know.
I guess that's fair because we can see how the method of coaching that Tan Cheng Ho employed during his time in Kedah
Yeah.
can be seen.
I
in this game.
really just want to put this out there. There's no need to use JDT players. There
No.
really isn't. Not even the naturalized ones. Do you know who I'm talking
JDT players are within their own JDT.
Yeah,
mode.
they can
That's
go
it.
and play for Johor and they can succeed for all they want. I don't care.
Yeah.
This
but
current team fits okay, it's just nice. I don't want to see beautiful gameplay, you know. I just want to see like proper semangat.
proper clinical
Yeah,
gameplay.
proper
yeah.
just play well, you know. That's it.
Yeah, but I mean,
Play for the country. That's
as
all.
happy as I want to be for this, it's only one game. If we can consistently play at this level, I would love to see that. But it's only one game.
You know what your problem is? You can't escape the Mongolia shadow.
Okay, it's not the Mongolia shadow. It's just I don't want to give myself too much hope for the national team right now.
World Cup.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen within the next 10 years. Okay,
Not
maybe
even
in
10
15
years.
years lah, but not in the next 10 years.
Aku tak kisah lah. I love that video from TMJ.
Terima
Aku tak kisah lah budak sekolah ke apa.
Yang penting aku dapat satu menang lagi sebagai
Yes.
presiden. Oh my god, you should see that
Really?
video. It's so fucking
he
retarded.
was so fucking funny. But yeah, with TMJ resigning, what's next? I really think the decision to maintain his position in FMLLP is wise.
I mean, that's
Because his role is commercial, it's not really...
exactly,
you
and
get
that's
what
the
I mean.
best place for him to be.
Yeah.
That's how you attract people to watch more Malaysian football. That's how you attract people to, promote more Malaysian
Yeah,
football.
correct.
And that's what Malaysian football needs right now. Especially with the upsurge of social communities starting to get into the whole game itself. I mean, with M4 and M5 being introduced this year, and with social teams being given more, not authority, but like more precedence in the whole thing, it's nice to see where, I mean, I'm being very naive about this, but I'm hopeful about where the whole state of Malaysian football is
Yeah,
going.
if
right
only
now.
you were this hopeful for Arsenal, right? You have more hope for Malaysia than Arsenal.
I mean, I think right now I'm enjoying playing football more than watching football. Which, surprisingly, Johan played football on Monday again. I'm just going to say that. Johan actually played football on a Monday. That was actually very fun to watch.
Did he play well?
Have you seen Squillaci play?
I think he played in a professional football.
Yo, when he subbed himself out because he was tired, the first thing he told me was, I don't want to go back in. I'm done.
But at least he tried.
Yo, dude,
I
you
didn't. The ball just swept past my feet once, and it was accidental.
it's okay, man. It's a learning process. I mean, you should really try and come and play again. It's
I
fun.
don't want. Fuck. Fucking that that place is a shithole, man. All the fucking dirt and shit.
It's not that bad.
It's a Monday
legit how
night some more.
Tottenham
I
is
have
supposed
to
be
work. I have to work.
Excuses.
I had to work.
Yeah, you don't have to work. You're the only student here.
We'll play on a weekend then.
That brings us to the end of this week's podcast. It's the weekend! So don't forget to tune in next week as we continue our coverage of European football and local football. Subscribe, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We'll see you guys next week. Loads of balls.
Loads of balls.